Okay, let's start our day with a prayer in the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. In the name of the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay, good morning, class. How are you today? So I'm glad that you're good. Okay, so before we start, can you please put away all the things on your desk except the things that you will need for our class? Okay, so Car, do we have any absentee today? Okay, very good. All of you are present. Okay, so last meeting we discussed about what? Okay, measure of central tendency. And we have three measure of central tendency. What are those? Shania? Okay, very good. The mean, median, and mode. Okay, so how do we get the mean? What is mean, Carl? Okay, so mean is the average of the data set. And how do we get the mean? Question. Okay, very good. So we will get the mean by getting the sum of the data divided by the total number of data distribution. And how about the median, Ivan? Okay, so median is the middle term of data set. Okay, so again, how do we get the median? What is the first thing to do to get the median? The most important thing to do. Okay, Carl? Okay, very good. So we should arrange the data distribution from least to greatest. And how do we get the median if the data distribution is odd? Yes, Yumi? Okay, so we will get the median if the data distribution is odd. Just locate the middle term in the data distribution. And how about if the data distribution is even? Yes, Christian? Okay, very good. So we will get the mean or the average of the two middle term of the data distribution. Okay, and how about the mode? Okay, so mode is just the number that are most frequently used in data distribution. So any questions regarding to our previous topic? Okay, can we proceed to our next topic? Okay, so before that, let's have activity or let's have a game first. Let me share my screen. Okay, so guess the word. So you're just going to guess the word based on the picture. So first picture, what is the word? Okay, very good. Position. Next. Okay, measure. Next. Equal. Next. Very good. Lower. Next. Okay, divide. Last. Okay, quarter. So, do you think those words are connected to each other? Yes, very good. So, those words are connected to each other. And we will tackle about it later. So, but before that, let's have an activity first. So, in this activity, you're going to satisfy the given conclusion. So we have, first we have data set. So 3, 5, 7, 8, 9. And then the conclusion is the first quartile is the second score, which is 5. So what you're going to do is to satisfy the given conclusion based on the given values. So the given values are k is equal to 1 and n is equal to 5. So you're going to satisfy the given conclusion by the given values and the given formula. So what you're going to do is to substitute the values in the formula for and able to get the value and satisfy the conclusion. But take note, if the answer is in decimal, so after solving, so you will get the answer, and if your answer is in decimal, you're going to round up to the nearest integer. Okay, so I will give you 3 minutes today to do the activity. Okay, the timer starts now. Okay, time's up. Okay, let us check if you get the answer, if you satisfy the given conclusion. So again, our values, k is equal to 1 and n is equal to 5. So what is the first thing you did to get the answer? Okay, so first we're going to write the formula. So Q sub k is equal to k times the quantity of n plus 1 all over 4. So what is the value of k? 1. And what is the value of n? 5. Okay, so we're going to substitute the values into the formula. So we get Q sub 1 is equal to 1 times the quantity of 5 plus 1 all over 4. And the answer is, our Q1 is 6 over 4. So 6 divided by 4 is equal to 1.5. Okay, so what is the important note? So if our answer is in decimal, we're going to round up to the nearest integer. Okay. So what is the given conclusion again? The first quartile is the second score, which is 5. So do we satisfied the conclusion? Okay, very good. So what did you notice on the formula and the conclusion? Okay, so first quartile. So what is our first quartile? Okay, so Q1, second score. So where do we get the second score? So our our value of our Q1, which is 2, so meaning second score, and which is 5. So in the data set, which is 5. So meaning 5 is our value for our Q1 or first quartile. Okay, so did you get the same answer? Okay, very good. So now let's discuss further about our topic. So our topic for today is measures of position for ungrouped data or quartiles. So our first topic for under measure of position for ungrouped data is quartiles using Mendenhall and Sinch method. Okay, so what is measure of position? Can you please read, Carl? Okay, very good. So it determines the position of a single value in relation to other values in a sample or a population data set. So the first topic under measure of position is the quartiles. So this is our topic, quartiles. So what is quartiles? So quartiles are points that divide a distribution into 4 equal parts. So what do you think? Why 4 equal parts? So from the word quart means 4. So that's why quartiles, we divide the distribution into 4 equal parts. Okay, so look at the concept. So we have Q1, Q sub 2, and Q sub 3. And Q1, so this is the concept of our data distribution. The horizontal line represents our data distribution. And we have Q1, Q2, and Q3. So we divide the distribution into 4 equal parts. And we have Q1 for lower quartile or the 25% of the data distribution. Q2 or the middle quartile, which is 50% of the data distribution, and Q3 or the upper quartile, which is the 75% of the data distribution. Okay, for example, if we have data distribution set 82548571369, so this is our data distribution. So first thing to do is what? Okay, so arrange the scores in ascending order. Ascending order means we have to arrange the data distribution from least to greatest value. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. And so we have to divide it by 4 equal parts. So we have Q1, Q2, and Q3. So meaning the first quartile value is 3, and the second quartile, the middle term, is 5, and the Q3 or quartile 3 natin is 8. Okay, so meaning 25% of the data has a value of less than or equal to quartile 1. Then the middle data or the middle term natin is 50% of the data has a value of less than or equal to quartile 2 or our median. Next, 75% of the data has a value of less than or equal to quartile 3. Okay, so the formula used in getting the position of quartile is Q sub k is equal to k times the quantity of n plus 1 all over 4. So where k represents the rank or position and n is the number of distribution. So just k and n is the value we can substitute into the formula. Okay, so remember, if quartile 1 is decimal, so if we get the quartile 1 and our answer is decimal, so we're going to round up to the nearest integer. So for example, 2.5, it becomes, okay, 3. So we rounded up it into the nearest integer, so we get 3. And if we will get the quartile 3 and the answer is in decimal, so we're going to round down to the nearest integer. For example, 2.5, so becomes, okay, 2. So quartile 1, round up, quartile 3, round down. Okay, so for example, if what is the number, total number of distribution? Okay, so meaning our n is equal to 9. So we have 9 data distribution. So from the data, to find the position of quartile 1, so first we have to write the formula and substitute the value of k and n. So we will get the quartile 1 or the first quartile. So meaning the value of our k is 1 and the value of n is the total number of distribution, which is 9. So substitute the value into the formula. We have q sub 1 is equal to 1 times the quantity of 9 plus 1 all over 4. Then 9 plus 1 is equal to 10 times 1 all over 4. So we will get 2.5. So we get 2.5 for our quartile 1. And note for quartile 1, if our answer is in decimal, we're going to round up to the nearest integer. So 2.5 from 2.5 becomes 3. So meaning our quartile 1 is the third score. Okay, so in conclusion, therefore, the first quartile is the third score, which is 7. So look at the data. So our quartile 1 is in third score. So what is the value of third score, which is 7? So the first quartile is the third score, which is 7. Next, if we get the quartile 3 or the third quartile, so again, the value of n or the total number of distribution is 9. Then formula, so if we will get the third quartile, so meaning our k is 3. And then substitute the value of k and n. So become q sub 3 is equal to 3 times the quantity of 9 plus 1 all over 4. Okay, so we get 10 over 4. Okay, so we times 3, we get 30 over 4. So 30 divided by 4, okay, 7.5. So our quartile 3 is 7.5. And if our quartile 3 is in a decimal number, okay, we're going to round down to the nearest integer. So from 7.5 becomes, okay, 7. So meaning our third quartile is 7 score. So the conclusion is, therefore, the third quartile is the 7th score, which is 27. Okay, so are we satisfied? The conclusion? Okay, so look at the data distribution. What is the 7th score? What is the value? Okay, so 27. So our third quartile is the 7th score, which is 27. Okay, so did you understand our lesson? Okay, if you really understand that, our lesson, let's have an activity. So it's individual activity. So our first activity, the problem, you want to know what is the quartiles of your friend's scores and yours in mathematics quiz. The score is, so our data distribution is 4, 9, 7, 14, 10, 8, 12, 15, 6, and 11. So find the value of first quartile or Q sub 1, middle quartile of Q sub 2, and the third quartile. Okay, so I will give you 5 minutes to do the activity. So timer starts now. Okay, time's up. Okay, let's check if your answer is correct. Okay, Carl, what is your answer? How about Shania? What is your answer? We're going to... how about you, Christian? What's your answer? Okay, let us check. So first, what are the first thing to do before solving the formula? Okay, so we have to arrange the data from least to greatest. So 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, and 15. What is the total number of distribution or Rn? Okay, so 10. So first, we're going to get the first quartile. So Rn is equal to 10 and K is equal to 1. So from formula, we get Q sub 1 is equal to 1 times the quantity of 10 plus 1 all over 4. So Q sub 1 is equal to 11 over 4, so 2.75. So first quartile, round up to the nearest integer becomes, okay, 3 or third score. So the conclusion is what? Okay, very good. So therefore, the first quartile is the third score, which is 7. So do you satisfy the conclusion? Okay, very good. So did you get the same answer, all of you? Okay, very good. Next, we will get the second quartile. So same data distribution and same value of n or the total number of distribution. So we will get the second quartile or Q sub 2. So our K is 2 and then n is equal to 10. So we get Q sub 2 is equal to 2 times the quantity of 10 plus 1 all over 4. So we will get Q sub 2 is equal to 2 times 11. So from 10 plus 1 becomes 11 all over 4. So 11 times 2 is equal to 22. So quartile 2 is equal to 22 over 4. So we get 5.5. So what do you think why we didn't round up or round down the quartile? Yes, because what do you mean by quartile 2? Yes, the middle term. So if we will get the middle term, do you think we have to round up or round down? Okay, no. So we will get the exact middle term in the data distribution. So we don't need to round up or round down the quartile or the answer. Okay, so 5.5 score. Okay, so how if okay, so what do you think is the middle value in the data distribution? What did you notice? Okay, so our total number of distribution is equal to 10. So it means that, okay, it's even. So if even, so we will get the, like how we get the median. Okay, we will get the average of the, okay, very good, the two terms in the data distribution. So therefore, the second quartile is the 5.5 score, which is 9.5. So the two middle terms are 9 and 10. So we will get the average or mean of the two middle term, which is 9 and 10. Okay, so 9 plus 10 is equal to 19 divided by 2, so 9.5. So meaning our second quartile is 9.5, or the value in the star distribution of our second quartile is 9.5. Okay, gets understood? Okay, very good. Next, we will get the third quartile. Okay, so the value of k is what? Okay, 3, value again of n, 10. We get q sub 3 is equal to 3 times the quantity of 10 plus 1 over 4. So we will get q sub 3 is equal to 3 times 11 over 4. So we get 33 over 4. So our third quartile is 8.25. And if the answer is in decimal, for third quartile, we will do the, okay, so we have to round down to the nearest integer. So from 8.25 becomes 8, or the third quartile is the 8 score. So the conclusion is the third quartile is the 8 score, which is 12. So did we satisfy the conclusion? So our third quartile is 8 score, which is 12. So look at the data distribution. So the 8 score, or the value of the 8 score is 12. Okay, so understood? Any questions about our topic? Okay, so for further understanding about our lesson, let's have activity 2. Okay, so the following are the scores of Dave in his 7 quizzes in Mathematics 10. So we have data here. So you're going to find the second quartile, and what does it imply? It means that you're going to conclude, or to write the conclusion for your answer. Next, letter B, you're going to third quartile, or to find the third quartile and the conclusion. And then number 2, the ages of 15 guests at the certain party held at RSM, Tagaytay, are 22, 24, 31, 28, 7, 14, 18, 33, 27, 28, 19, 24, 27, 12, and 27. So what are the values of the upper and the lower quartiles and what do they mean? So I will give you 5 minutes to answer the activity. Okay, time's up. Okay, let's find the answer of your activity. Okay, so what is your answer for number 1? Yes, Jovan. Okay, let's check. So first is arrange the data distribution from least to greatest. So we get 86, 87, 87, 88, 89, 94, and 95. And the total number of distribution or the value of n is equal to 7. Okay, so we will find the second quartile. Okay, so did you get the same answer? Okay, very good. So our second quartile is 4 or the fourth score. So what is the fourth score in our data distribution or the value? Okay, so 88. So meaning the second quartile is the fourth score, which is 88. Next, letter D. Okay, we will get the third quartile. So the value of K is 3 and the value of N is 7. Okay, so we get 6. Okay, or the sixth score. So what is the sixth scores in the data distribution or the value? Okay, very good. The third quartile is the sixth score, which is 94. Very good. Did you get the same answer? Okay. Next, proceed to our number 2. So what is the total number of distribution? Okay, so n is equal to 15. Okay, first we're going to arrange the data distribution from least to greatest. And then we will find the first quartile. So the value of k is 1, the value of n is 15. So we get our first quartile is what? Okay, 4. So fourth score. So therefore, what? Okay, very good. The first quartile is the fourth score, which is 18. So from the data distribution, the value of the fourth score is 18. So the position of our first quartile is 18. Okay, so questions regarding to our topic? Okay, did you understand our topic? Very good. Okay, so for your assignment, you're going to consider the following nicotine levels of 20 smokers. So the table here is our data distribution, and you're going to find the lower, the middle, and the upper quartiles of the data. So don't forget to include your conclusion. Okay, so that's all for today. Goodbye, class. Class dismissed.